Hey guys, Rain Man here with Kepahi. Welcome to our LinkedIn presentation of the do's, don'ts, what it is, what the platform means, etc. We hope that this information is useful to everybody that watches this video. I'm going to dig right in. I want to always start every video with the three W's, explain what it is. We use that, we preach that, we live by it here at Kepahi. It's very useful when it comes to content. The three W's are: what is it, what does it mean, and what does it mean to me? So anytime we're posting content to be consumed by others, we want to make sure that we answer those three questions within whatever type of content is relevant or is that we're posting. So I'm going to dig in and go through this because I'm on a short time frame. And the first screen that you're seeing here is a post to a group to answer a question that we found within one of our groups, or I found in one of my LinkedIn groups this morning. And the question was about duplication of content using subdomains, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to explain why I'm doing what I'm doing here with this post. And a little bit later, but I want to get through this portion, actually post what it is, and then move through the video. So this gentleman, Alex, is asking about duplication rules within content and, using subdomains for duplication errors, et cetera, et cetera. The bottom line is that duplication, the first publisher of the content gets all the credit, and then anybody who's using duplication actually or plagiarizing somebody else's content gets penalized, and they have zero authority within their content. So I replied to this gentleman with our view of here's how we see the market, not necessarily we're right, you're wrong. And it talks about the 30% duplication rule. And then it also talks about using a free online tool called Copyscape to input your content or test your domain or page against what else is out there on the internet. So we're going to go ahead and post that. And then we're going to go back and I'm going to actually start from scratch. So the first thing I need to do is explain what LinkedIn is. And there's a lot of misnomers out there. There's a lot of companies out there that are using LinkedIn for the wrong reasons, the wrong way. They're just spamming out content from a company standpoint. And then they come back to us and wonder why whatever content isn't gaining traction that they're posting. Reason being is because LinkedIn is a professional network. I use it to learn about the industry, my market verticals, what interests me. Going back to the three W's, what does it mean to me? I'm going to find groups that pertain to what I want to see and how I create, how I better myself, if you will. So the first thing we want to do is we want to talk about what type of content we're posting and how we're using it. Publishing frequency. LinkedIn, generally, you never, ever, ever want to publish new content, either personal or as a company, more than 3 times in a week. Reason being is because people are going to see it in their feeds, and it's going to be sticky. Unlike the other social platforms, LinkedIn is very unique where it's going to apply the most relevant content for the person as they log in. So if they are a subscriber to a group of yours, they're one of your connections, etc., they're going to see that content. So please be very thoughtful in how you post to LinkedIn, because what will happen is people will engage and then they'll immediately disengage because they're seeing that the publishing frequency is just way too much. The next part we want to talk about are connections. How many connections do we have? How do we gain connections? How do we treat connections, our professional connections? And I'm going to go against the grain of what everybody hears from the standpoint of LinkedIn. They say engage with the people you know, create the network of your personal network. That is garbage. Okay, LinkedIn was created to expand your professional network, and anybody who says otherwise just doesn't get it. So an example of that is I reached out to a young lady from a company that we have no interest in doing business with, because I came across some errors that I was hoping to just help with. And I sent her a connection request because I can't really communicate with her otherwise. And, I don't have similar friends or people in my network. And I reached out to her to set up a connection, and her response was, "Do I know you?" The answer I gave her was, "You should." That wasn't meant to be arrogant. She took it as such. But I'm here to try and help her with something, a problem that she isn't even aware of. And she put up the hurdle, she put up the guard, right? So I want to caution you when you look at your connections and who you're connecting with. Connect with. The idea is to connect with as many people as possible that are close to what your interests are. Okay, so as you can see up here, I have two pending invitations, and this is where we find our invitations to connect. I don't know either of these people, okay, but that doesn't mean I don't want to. So I'm going to go ahead and accept both of them. I have room for them. So, we'll see what they're about. Now, some people actually come in and connect with you and then just try and sell you stuff. I tend to get rid of those people. I have roughly, 6,000 connections, which isn't. I think the max is 30,000. 500 is good. I'm better than average, right? So as we go through, I've accepted both. It said that I accepted both, and we'll see where that goes. Maybe they have something that's interesting. Maybe they want to share an article. Maybe they want to share something with me. But we can actually go into my profile. Let's see, my network. Sorry, connections, and look and see, what type of connections I have. I'm sorry, I have 2,457 connections. Okay, that's pretty decent. I think at one point I had 3,500. Some people fell off. Who knows? But that's pretty decent. Again, the ceiling I think is 24 or 30,000. So it'll actually give you information about people. Stacy Gittimer, that's Jeff Gittimer's wife or daughter. He's also a connection of mine. It's her birthday. I could wish her happy birthday. I'm getting my name out. But let's go to the way that we're actually going to engage. So you saw the very first post. So I responded to a comment in a group that I was in. Okay, so where we find that is here in our groups. And I'm a member of a select number of groups. Digital marketing. Obviously, that's our market vertical. I want to stay up to date with, what is relevant within our industry. Now, there's two ways to publish. You can actually go into your group, and I could publish content right here. I could start a conversation within a group, and now I'm engaging with people that I am not necessarily connected to, or I could publish something on my own, just under my name, that's going to go out to the 2,457 members, and hope that they're actually going to engage with the content that I'm providing. But it may not be relevant to what they're looking for. So what we do is we find the groups that match our interests, match our market verticals. So if we own a bicycle shop, we're going to join a group that is about bicycle enthusiasts, because not necessarily bicycle. We're not going to go in and join a group that is about bicycle vendors, because that doesn't make sense for what we're trying to accomplish. We're going to go after the group that is within our market verticals, that we would actually make a sale from, but we're not going to sell to them. All we're going to do is provide insights into our industry that helps them solve their problems, and then provide content that will link them back to, as an example, here's a cool new bike that just hit the market, and here's a link to an article that we just wrote about that specific bike on our blog. That's how we're going to engage with people. Okay, so let's look at our profile. As you can see, it has, previous, a lot of previous jobs. It has all kinds of information about ourselves. So how do we how do we actually engage with people and make it non uh, pervasive, if you will, right? So within my summary, which is one of the very first things that they see, is I already have so many connections. I'm not looking to sell to you, okay? Because that is not what this platform is for. However, I may reach out to you in a market vertical that I'm not familiar with to learn more about your market, what you do. I'm a research nerd. I may be looking at the differences between styrofoam or whatever the case may be, and I may reach out to somebody in the styrofoam industry. They're interesting, or whatever, their content is interesting. So it just talks about valuing my connections. And there's a little bit of humor. At no time will I attempt to fill your garage with MLM products, right? Or join a cult or whatever. So a little bit of humor in there. Then it talks about who we are, so make sure it's all relevant, and that's your profile. Make sure it's as concise as possible. Okay. And then we have our network. We can add our contacts from email, etc. You can find them on LinkedIn and connect through them there. You can add them through contacts. You can find your alumni. In the people you may know, it'll actually go in and access. It'll access your contacts, etc., and ask if you want them to connect. And then go back. You always want to like your company, or connect with your company and connect with the various groups that are out there to connect with. We hope this helps. Again, if you have any questions, reach out to us. We'd love to help you out with whatever you need. Thanks.